Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel for another body paint. I know, it's been so long. So much has changed. Not my coffee addiction though, that'll always be the same. I thought that today we would just go ahead and jump right into the tutorial to see if I remembered how to do this, I guess. I felt like what better way to jump back into YouTube than with a body paint, specifically a phoenix, because maybe, like this channel, we're rising up from the ashes of our absence, okay? No, okay. We're starting off with a foundation that's a little bit too light for us, and then following that with a concealer that is absolutely too light for us. These are Mayron pigments, and I was super excited to use this. My mom actually gave it to me for Christmas, so thanks, Mom. We're gonna start out by taking that orange color and we're gonna place it everywhere we would traditionally put bronzers. So it's gonna be in that 3 kind of shape on our face. And then we're gonna pick up yellow, because you guys know if there's an opportunity for me to use yellow, I'm gonna use yellow. And we're gonna hit a little bit on the inside of where that bronzer or that orange shade is and kind of create a gradient inwards. I'm picking up this palette from BH Cosmetics. This is the Tokyo palette. I love it because all the colors are super bright and fun. And we're gonna take a little angled brush and kind of carve out our beak-ish type thing. I'm also going to take some red and I'm going to buff that here into the contours. So basically we're creating the deepest part of that gradient from yellow to orange to red. You may have to go back and forth here a little bit just to get a gradient that you are content with. I know I did, even though I don't think I showed it here. Look at me making that bird face. Ridiculous. We decided to have some pretty thick angular brows for this character. And for that I'm using, it looks like a liquid eyeliner. Yeah, it probably is. And now to make this bird a little bit more glam, we're going to be building a halo eye starting with the yellow from that Tokyo palette. We're going to buff that pretty much everywhere. Again, I love yellow. I also noticed just now that I must have put some of that orange and yellow here at the tip of my nose, which I definitely did not show, so I apologize. Turns out I did forget how to do this. So because we're building a halo eye, the lightest or brightest shade is going to be right here in the very center, and then it's going to have darkness on the inner and outer corner. We're going to be using all the same colors that we used on our face, so our gradient is again going to be yellow, orange, and red. I feel like by having this red on the inner corner in particular, especially because it fades into the contouring that we did on our nose, is really going to help us like emphasize that bird-like shape. So unlike my normal halo eyes where I keep everything round and kind of blown out, again, because we're a bird, I'm gonna make sure that here on the outer corners, I'm kind of flicking all of that color up and out through our temples to create that nice angular shape. For the lightest color here, we are once again dipping back into that BH Cosmetics palette, I think. Unless this is the Too Faced Fire palette, I don't know, that's what that shimmer looks like. I'm gonna give myself a pretty dramatic eyeliner because why not? Making sure to drag the inner corners in a little bit, and then I'm going to highlight everything, just everything. I want to look like a sweaty bird, apparently. We're adding some eyelashes because, well, do I really need a reason? No. And this is when the coffee hit. I'm lining my lips with a red pencil, and then we're gonna go in with my favorite red lipstick as of right now. And this is the Nikita Dragon Red. It was her collection or her collab with Morphe, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, I received it for free when I worked at Morphe and I just love it. I think it's like the perfect Christmas red, if that makes any sense, so. Okay, for our feather collar, which I've done something similar to this before. I did it a few years ago for Thanksgiving when I turned myself into a Thanksgiving turkey. That was on the run, dun dun dun. That was like one of my first body paints here on this channel, which was inspired by Jordan Hans, who is a phenomenal body painter who's not really on this platform anymore. I think she's switched over to Twitch, but she's one of the main reasons that I started body painting and wanted to have a channel of my own. We're starting with yellow, and then we're adding with this brush that has like a lot of spindly bristles here at the end so that it gets all those streaks and creates a better texture. We're adding orange followed by red without making the whole thing look too too dark in general. And then going in with a black paint, you could also use an eyeliner pencil, really whatever it is that you have on hand. I'm just roughly sketching out the outline of where I want all of our feathers. So this takes quite a bit of time. I went pretty fast because I didn't care if they were messy, because we are a bird. You know, birds have, you know, organic movement in their feathers, and we're like an abstract bird at that. So I didn't really care too much about being precise. I just wanted to get everything layered in together so I could move on to the more fun parts. But we do this pretty much all the way down our chest, and then because we're a phoenix, and phoenix always, they rise out of the ashes, in order to kind of tie a little bit of that in and to make this look a little bit messier, I went in with a stipple sponge and some black paint, and I stippled the very outsides of my shoulders, a little bit here into the face, just to make sure that that was cohesive with the rest of the look as well. So my favorite part of pretty much any look is adding the final details to things like feathers, anything that requires layering or, you know, minute details I'm really into. So we're taking that yellow paint because I felt like everything got a little bit too dark, and we're just lightening some of our feathers. We're also going to go back and forth and layer red and some more orange in. I like for everything to have like a pretty abstract kind of feel to it, and I feel like layering paint and keeping in like the paint strokes is a great way of doing that. I also took a very skinny paintbrush and a little bit of brown paint, and I added ticks to the bottom of each feather just to give it a little bit more texture. I must have forgotten to film this part while I was working on this, which just goes to show how 6 months of an absence can really mess you up. But that is it for today's look. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a very fun, safe, healthy day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!